All right. Says I'm live. You guys can hear me. Please let me know. Hopefully I did not forget how to do this. It's been quite a while. So let me know if you guys can hear me. I see there's quite a few people in the chat already. Nice to see y'all. So let me know if the stream is fresh and smooth, and we'll be good to go. Gotta wait for my chat to pop up though first, I guess. What's up, dude? What's up, guys? I think you guys can hear me then. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good to be back. Haven't been here talking NASCAR in quite some time. It's just been strictly baseball on the channel for a while, so. Oops, got feedback there, so I guess you can't hear me. All right, let's see who's in the chat. What's up, Dave? What's up, Patrick? Nice to see you here in the NASCAR streets. I always know you're in the baseball comment section, so nice to have you over here. What's up, Michael? He says big penalty for the 9 team. Yeah, there's a big penalty today. Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell both got hit with it, so they will be starting from the rear, so that's something to keep in mind today, but that changes absolutely nothing for me from a DFS perspective, and I realize I'm probably going to get quite a few questions about that today, but just we'll start it off here with saying it does not change anything. For me, if you had, let's say, 55% Chase Elliott, I wouldn't switch that either way. What's up, Nova? Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Nova. I just saw you sign up over on Patreon, so I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And if you guys are interested, obviously you can hit the link down below and you can access to all the tools and join the Discord as well. What's up, Joel? What's up, Natalie? What's up, American Desediero Bold? Yo, yo, yo. What's up, man? I'm not sure if I've seen you around here, so if you're new, welcome in. What's up, Jay? What's up, Glenn? What's up, Chris? What's up, other Chris? Stoked for today's race. Get off at 4, then you're going to drive like Larson home. Yeah, you better. You're going to miss a little bit of it, but should be able to see a good ending, hopefully. Hopefully have a good race today in Watkins Glen. Yeah, nice to have you here, Nova. My girlfriend's here, Juliana. Excited for you to be back. Yeah, for sure. Always miss the live streams. No, you said you missed them as well. What's up, Dan? Hit that like button. Yeah, if you're just getting in here, make sure you hit that like button. It does help me out in the YouTube algorithm. I know it's something small, but just leaving a like can help the video out quite a bit. What's up, Jeerd? Just going to say hellos, let people roll in for a little bit. And guess we can just do, I mean, I already said everything I want to say kind of in the preview video, so it's kind of just a hangout, Q&A, and something like that. Appreciate it, American. Thank you very much for sticking by. What's up, Dace? Says, yo. What's up, yo? Yo, man. Born Blessed says we back. Yeah, we're back. What's up, Edwin? What's up, Aaron? 3 long weeks. Let's take down some DK NASCAR. Yeah, I was worried I was going to forget how to record NASCAR and do a live stream, but I think we're doing all right. Jared says, no time like the present to talk about the lawnmower man. Yeah, for sure. Although he's not the lawnmower man anymore. He's been solid now. He's been solid. All right, I probably should answer a question or two here. So Big Boy says, thoughts on Chastain today? I think Chastain's actually a pretty interesting tournament play. At the technical road courses this year, the past 3 races, he's actually been very, very solid. Hasn't finished worse than 7th. I realize the price is just a little bit up there, and the starting spot's obviously not great. But if you're looking for a lower ownership play, I actually think Chastain's a pretty decent target. I actually kind of wrote him up in my article a little bit as well. Now, I do want to mention something about Prize Picks, not just because they sponsored the video, but I wanted to mention, yesterday, Chris Buescher opened up as like a 20-point over-under, which all he has to do to get 20 points is finish above 20th place, which he's done 10 out of the past 10 road course races. That's now been bumped up to 24 points. Now he's got to get like a top 18, top 17. So hopefully you guys are able to get on that early on. I do write that up. But that was just a massive, massive point difference. I mean, a lot of people must have bet the over on the points there, which I totally get because that was a pretty soft line. I'm not sure if anyone else caught that or not. Philip says, do you still like Bell since he's going to the back? Yes, not quite as much because he's not like the same kind of driver Chase Elliott is at road courses, but it's going to lower his ownership. I was already assuming he's going to come in around 20% or lower owned, so maybe like around 15% today. If you want to be a little bit over that, I would not mind that. But, it's risky because he's pretty expensive, close to $9,000. I wish he was cheaper, especially for where he's starting, but I do think he's a very good tournament play. In the 4 road course races we've had this year, the 2 races he didn't get, kind of screwed because, the one race he got wrecked, and the second race, I believe it was Road America, right? Or it may have been Sonoma. Either way, I remember he started the race, he had to go down pit road, fix something up, then he worked his way back into the top 10 for the rest of the day. At the very end, he had to go back down pit road again, kind of screwed him up, but besides that, he's finished first and second. Like, the guy's a good road course racer, and Joe Gibbs' cars typically run pretty well at road courses, so I have no problem with Bell today, although going to the rear does drop him down just a little bit for me, but nothing too crazy. Like, let's just say hypothetically you had 30%, maybe 25%. I mean, it doesn't really change too much for me. I feel like that was a long-winded answer from me. I'm sorry. Michael says, hey, Chris, Cardinal stack. Would you go Tommy Edman or Paul DeYoung? I would go Tommy Edman there. I like that price point today. I know this is a NASCAR stream, but I don't mind Tommy Edman. The guy's good versus lefties. What's up, Gilbert? What's good, Chris? Send me an invite after stream, please. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Gilbert. Yeah, we got to fill up the contest, guys. What are we at? I think we're like at 20-some spots left. Yeah, we have 21 spots to fill, so I might tweet the link because I don't want to spend the last hour before the race just inviting people. So I'll tweet the link at some point. We'll let more people roll in, but I'll tweet that out. You guys can join pretty quick over on the Twitter. C. Austin says, maybe you didn't hear me. Let's take 30 minutes and talk about them Buffalo Bills. Absolutely not, C. Austin. No, we're not doing 30 minutes of Bills talk. We can do 30 minutes of Browns talk, though. I'd have no problem with that at all. NFL's coming up soon. Definitely excited about that. Oh, I see a donation from Spread. Oh, appreciate that, Spread. Long-time member of the Discord chat. Always in there. Do appreciate you, man. You appear a bit overdressed. Yeah, I got the jacket on today. Usually I got like a tank top or something, but I got the jacket on. But I do appreciate the dono, man. Definitely never have to do that, but much appreciated. Oh boy, you guys are chatting in the chat today, which is good. More chat interaction, the better. Travis says, was literally just watching your other video. Well, appreciate you watching it, Travis. You can always finish it after the stream. We should have about an hour afterwards, I should say. Dave says, who's your top two? I mean, just projection-wise, it's Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. Really hard not to like both of those guys. Both offer you a little bit of PD upside, and they're two of the best road course racers in NASCAR. And the last time we had a road course, they both started a little bit further back. Well, I shouldn't say a little bit further back. Kyle Busch was like 40th, and Chase Elliott was like in the mid-30s. That's not the same case today, but both offer you just a little bit of PD upside from where they're starting compared to other drivers in their price range, and they both can very easily finish top three, so those are pretty much my top two. But since those are the two most expensive drivers, I'll throw in Chase Briscoe as well. I think he's another excellent play today. I think DK messed up the price tag on Chase Briscoe. He should be around $9,000. A little bit too cheap in my opinion. Massey and Hunter saying not to play Chase. They're trying to lower his ownership. Let's see. In my Discord chat, someone asked if Bell and Elliott are going to the rear, and yes, they are. If you're just joining in, they are going to the rear today. It doesn't really change too much for me. Let's see. Joel says, do you have to put Kyle and Chase together in cash today? I personally think you do. It should reflect in ownership today. I mean, even if they fail, they're going to be so chalky where it probably won't kill you as long as you know the other drivers. Like, I was playing around with some cash lineups today, just trying to see what people are probably going to go with, because a lot of people on stream usually have those exact lineups that I look at. I think it's going to be a variation of Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, and then probably Buescher. And then people are, it's just going to be like a big 2v2 today. Like, it's going to be either are you going Dillon and Stenhouse, or are you going Bubba Wallace and Dillon, or, combination of those low 6K drivers, which they don't really have much separation. So it's probably going to be a big 2v2 today if you're playing cash games. Because that's what I kept landing on, which I assume other people would land on the same thing as well. Let's see. Paper says, if you had 70% Chase, would you go like 60%, add another 10% of Kurt Busch? I don't think that's a bad idea. 70% does feel a bit aggressive. I mean, going to the rear makes me like him a little bit more because his ownership might go down just a little bit. But 70% is very aggressive. I know it's Chase Elliott at a road course, but I would try to get some Kurt in it, because if you have zero Kurt, I definitely wouldn't mind trying to get up to 10% because the guy's a great road course racer, obviously. And at his price point today, I can't imagine his ownership will be anything too high, and he could easily get a top 5 today. So I could definitely get in on some Kurt. I got another dono. Let's see who that is from. I appreciate that, C. Austin. You never have to do that, but I do appreciate. You're already a Patreon member, but thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. All right, let's see. Scrolling up a little bit. Nate says, how much do you like Byron? Not a ton today. Like, he's obviously a fine play. Like, projections don't hate him, but compared to guys like Kurt Busch, Larson, Truex, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, I just prefer going to those guys. And if I like those guys so much, I can't just play a bunch of William Byron either. Like, someone's got to get X'd out a little bit. I'm not fading William Byron, but I'm probably going to be maybe just a little bit lower owned in the field there. Because, like I said, if I'm playing so much of those other guys, I just can't get to everyone, unfortunately. He's a fine play, though, but he's just not as good of a play, as my opinion, as the others. Alfred says, who's your sleeper pick if you don't mind sharing? Sleeper pick for fantasy or to win the race? I think a sleeper pick today, I mean, Kurt Busch could be a sleeper pick. I mean, like I just said, I don't think a lot of people are going to play him today because of that price point, but him, Chastain, Bell, Reddick, I think those guys are guys that could go on the radar a little bit and be pretty solid plays. But if you're asking me a sleeper to win the race, I mean, I can't really see anybody else outside of either like Elliott, Larson, or Busch winning today, to be honest, or maybe Truex. Amanda says Massey. What did Massey say? Did I miss something? Oh, don't play Chase. Just trying to lower the ownership there. Let's see. Philip says, thank you, Chris. You're welcome, Philip. I forget what I said, but I'm glad it was helpful. Big Boy says, I think people are sleeping on Kurt Busch today. I can't imagine he'll have too much ownership. Like, I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about Kurt Busch, although, to be fair, I haven't really looked around too much this week. I've just kind of been focusing on my own stuff, so maybe they are talking about Kurt Busch, but I'm not projecting him for a ton of ownership. I don't think he'll be above, like, he won't touch 30 for sure. Probably in the low 20s would be my guess. Joel says, does Chase situation change your mind about him in cash games? No, it's Chase Elliott in a road course. I mean, we had the competition caution. He'll probably be in the top 10 very soon. Like, if you fade Chase Elliott today, like, as soon as that competition caution comes, and then at the end of stage 1, you're probably going to kick yourself and saying, why didn't I have Chase? Because he's going to be right up there, close to the front. Like, the guy is just too good at road courses. He does it each and every single time, and he's finished first and second, like, for the past ever road courses. He finished 21st at the Daytona Roval, but you got to keep in mind, he was in first place, dominating that race. Then they threw the rain caution, which kind of screwed him. But outside of that, the guy is just pure money at road courses. Like, he's just too talented. Dude says Chris also has his 3-week beard going. I actually shaved on, I think, like Wednesday or something. I usually shave on Fridays so that I don't look scruffy for the live stream, but I forgot. Travis says, hit that like button. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. I think we got, like, close to 200 people in here. So if we get over 100 likes or something, it really does help me out. FE says, hey CP, see Hunter is trolling already. Oh, you know Hunter's going to be trolling. He's been doing that in the Discord chat all day today. Edwin says, how low would you go single entry GPP on DraftKings? So I'm actually not looking at my sheet right now, so let me pull that up. So the lowest I would go, I believe is it Ryan Preece? Yeah, $5,500 in a single entry. I can't recommend anyone below Ryan Preece today, so he would be my lowest go, but preferably it'd be Anthony Alfredo. I actually don't hate Alfredo today, as ugly as that sounds, but I think he could actually be a decent play today over on DraftKings at that price point. American says, which high salary drivers do not do well on average at road races? Well, the thing is, all these guys actually do pretty good at road courses. They're expensive for a reason. Now, like, all these guys are actually good, so I can't really say any of these high price guys are not that great. I could pull up their stats really quick, but I mean, they're all pretty darn good road racers is the problem. Now, William Byron, if you're just looking in terms of average DraftKings points at the technical road courses, I mean, Byron's been the worst, but even then, he's still fine. He just keeps wrecking. Like, he finished 33rd at Road America, 35th at Sonoma, and 33rd at the Daytona Road Course. Like, that's not reflective of how good of a driver he is. Like, in the ones he was clean, he finished 11th at Dakota, 6th and 8th in last year's road courses races. So, I mean, these guys are all great. But, I mean, I don't like the ones starting close to the front, though, because they don't really offer you any PD upside, and they have similar finishing position upside as the guys that offer you a little bit of PD. So guys like Logano, Hamlin, Blaney, Keselowski, they're good road course racers, but they don't really have much upside whatsoever. If I had to pick between those 4 drivers that I don't really have much interest in, it would be Denny Hamlin, because he does offer you at least a little bit of upside there, starting in 6th place, and the guy's obviously a great road course racer. But not really a huge fan of any of them, to be honest. You're welcome, Michael. Amanda says, spread. He won't be like that in Florida. Him and Jules are going to be sweating like crazy. Oh, yeah. It's going to be hot and humid in Florida. We're going to have to get used to that. I mean, it gets humid in Ohio, but probably not quite like Florida in the summer. Which, one more month and we'll be in Florida, so that'll be awesome. Just got to plan and move everything, which won't be fun. You got to drive like 17 hours. Not looking forward to that. Jared says Tyler O'Neill is their hottest hitter. He's got a lot of power, too, versus lefties. I like that whole Cardinal stack today. I mean, if you guys watch the video, I mean, they're pretty good versus lefties. Jay says, thoughts on Truex over Chase? I actually really like Truex today in tournaments. I mean, if everyone's playing Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, and they're going to like Kyle Larson as well, Truex is going to be overlooked, and he actually has the best average green flag speed at road courses this year, and obviously the guy's one of the best road course racers, so he's going to get overlooked. I mean, I want to be overweight on Truex today, and looking at my lineup percentages, I'm pretty sure I will be overweight on Truex. So, assuming my ownership projection is right on that. But yeah, I like Truex quite a bit. And he starts 9 too, so not like he's starting at the very front. Jeremy says, yo, what's up, Chris? What's up, Jeremy? Good to see you live, bro. Yeah, it's been a long time. Definitely glad to be back. Haven't done these in a long time. Brian says, what's your percentage on Anderson? He is basically free. I'd have to double check, but it's probably less than 5%. Probably like 2 or 3%. I don't really see a need to want to play the scrubs besides like a Davison or something like that. I just don't see the need. Because pricing's pretty soft. Like, we don't have any drivers above $11,000, so it's not like you're really hurting for cash. Boldy says, Goldie. Oh, baseball. We got baseball in the NASCAR stream today. Dave says, you mean the Austin Bills? Oh, yeah. Bills were talking about going to Texas, weren't they? Easy says 30 minutes of Patriots. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Although, in about a month, we can do NFL streams, which would be fun. I might have my... we're planning on me and my friend Andrew, DFS by the Numbers. This is the UFC content. We should be doing a live stream every Sunday, which should be fun. Let's see. Aaron says, Wallace better play than Vanilla. At the price point, yeah. I have more about Wallace than Ryan Newman today just because of the price point. Like, I don't really like either. Both aren't really having the greatest statistics at road courses. Man, I hate playing Ryan Newman, man. He's like my least favorite driver at this point. I used to like playing him, but the way he's treated me this year has been awful. So I have a little bit more Bubba than I do Newman. Aaron says, Bella sneaky play today. I think with him going to the rear, he definitely got even sneakier. I thought he was a good tournament play heading into the weekend, and now that he's going to the rear and got the penalty and lost the crew chief, I think that helps him in terms of lower ownership. So I think he is a pretty good sneaky play today. And like I mentioned earlier, you might have missed it if you just got here. I mean, the 2 clean races he's had at road courses here, he's finished first and second. I mean, Joe Gibbs cars are typically pretty good at road courses. Jason says, Super Bowl Browns. Yeah, you know it, man. We're going to the Super Bowl this year. Our team is loaded. Might be biased there, but I'm definitely excited about the Browns this year, man. We don't really have any weak spots. Joel says, my cash lineup needs major help. What do you got, Joel? I'll be more than happy to help you. Tell me what you got. Me in the chat can help you out. I feel like I'm pretty good at like doing cash game roster construction. JB says, hey Chris, not in a good area for reception, but still liking everything and some heads up picks. Oh, appreciate it, JB. Appreciate the effort there. Thank you very much. Massey says, ain't got a NASCAR shirt on today. Hope the White Sox shirt brings better luck. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. The Blaney shirt not last week, about a month ago, I almost got him the win. Feels like so long ago in New Hampshire. Or New Hampshire, right? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I mean, he was doing very good. I almost thought he was going to get the win at some point. But Eric Almirola, man, of all people, that was awesome. Big Boy says, who's your favorite driver under $6,000? Let me take a look here just to make sure they're under $6,000. So we got Davison, LaJoie, Alfredo, Ryan Preece. I believe the guy I had the most exposure there to is Corey LaJoie. If you look at his most recent finishes at road courses, they're actually not terrible. 21st, 18th, and 20th. I mean, all these guys are kind of gross down here, but they offer you PD upside. I think it's close between Alfredo and LaJoie, but I personally have a little bit more LaJoie today, but very close on those two. If I had to pick one, it'll be Corey. Jay says, every time Chase goes to the back, it's true. I mean, I had to look up the numbers to double check that, but I feel like you're right. Like, every single time he does, he just smashes. And, hey, if you're cheating, I want you on my team. Let's see. Jared says, could Bush Brothers be a mini stack? I mean, it could. I mean, I wouldn't really call it like a stack. I mean, it's just not based on the names, but you can play both together for sure. Kevin says, all right, I'm here. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it, Kevin. Let's do it. Michael says, is it okay to have Kurt and Austin Dillon in the same lineup? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. There's no negative correlation there or anything. Is it because they start by each other, maybe? Is why you're asking, but it's totally fine. MC Sub says, are there any spots left in the tournament? That is a good point. I got to actually invite you all to the tournament here. So we have 20 spots left. I'm going to go post it on my Twitter right now. So it's in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen at ChrisPennell16. I will post the link, and you guys can join. First 20 people. Also, if you haven't already, shoot me a follow over there. Getting close to 2,100. All right, let me just do the tweet really quick. Okay, I think I tweeted it. So if you guys haven't joined already, we got 20 spots. Go and join so we can get that filled. Because if it doesn't fill, we don't get the contest. Should fill, though. Got about an hour and a half to lock. Spread says Belliot going to the rear. Yep, we got Belliot to the rear today. It mixes very well there, Belliot. JB says, Chris, would you say your contest is a cash or a tourney? It's definitely tourney because... And you got to play kind of weird my contest because obviously if you're watching my content or if you're a Patreon member or something, like you know who we're all playing, right? Like we're all playing the same guy. So sometimes you have to make stupid lineups to be able to take it down because we all got Chase Elliott, we all got Kyle Busch. Sometimes you got to be off the wall and play like a Kurt Busch to take it down, you know? Like, I don't know. That makes sense. I'm sure it does. You're playing it like a satellite or something like that, if that makes any sense. Big Ritter says, thoughts on Reddick? I like Reddick today. I think he's a pretty similar play to Ross Chastain. They both start right beside each other, both priced right next to each other. Both guys have top 10 potential. It's just risky for where they start, but if all goes well, I mean, they can easily get a top 10 finish. And Reddick's like he's like Mr. 8th to 12th place, it feels like. So I don't mind Reddick in tournaments, but wouldn't go there in cash games personally. Mark says, do you have projected DK ownership on your Patreon spreadsheet? It is on my optimizer. So it's not on the regular spreadsheet because I feel like I got to get something extra for the optimizer people. So it's on the optimizer. I have all the ownership on the right-hand corner of your screen. But I have my own personal exposures because I play 150 max lineups. And I cannot be more transparent than tell you my exact exposures. So they are on the GPP driver exposure sheet there. So if you're ever interested, you never have to do that. But it's there if you want it. And I feel like the ownership projections are usually pretty good. Geez, that's pretty far behind in chat. Oh, I see my dad's here. Is everyone going to wreck in the 5th lap? Yeah, my poor dad. Man, it seems like every single week now. Like when he was on the hot streak, like winning first place every single week, now every single time this guy wrecks early on. So hoping he has better luck this week. No, he said he had 2 contests going on, so definitely wishing you the best of luck. And yes, great to see me back. For sure, miss doing these. David says, Kyle and Chase or Kurt and Chase and Cash? I would go Kyle and Chase there. Kyle and Chase. I mean, Kyle Busch could win the race today. I think I put in the thumbnail in this video, right? Yeah, I think so. Max says, playing in a single entry, is it too risky to play Logano and Hamlin? It's very risky. The ownership would be lower. I don't personally love Joey today. He could lead laps early on, but will it be enough to outscore like the place differential guys? It's a bit iffy. If I'm playing single entry, I'm probably not doing that, but depends on your risk tolerance because just know it's likely it won't work out. Dude says, how gross is it playing Eric Jones? You're asking an Eric Jones fan about that. I mean, I'm always down for some Eric Jones. I'm probably a little bit overweight on Jones today, but I can get behind him. The guy's a good road course racer. Obviously, in the 43 car, it hinders his ability a little bit, but he can still get a top 15 finish. And that price isn't too bad either. Kevin says, I won't bash Truex and Hamlin as much today. Yeah, that was the last race. You were just the anti-Truex and Hamlin, and then what do you know? Every single JGR car wrecks on lap, 2 of that race? That was insane. Now, fortunately, they actually ended up still going on the rest of the race besides Kyle Busch. And Hamlin, if he didn't get that penalty at the end of the race, he could have almost won the race. But, yeah, I know you're definitely taking the victory lap very early on there. Aaron says, why is Chase considered a value today? He hasn't been that high in salary all year just because of starting position. Chase? Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a value today. He's pretty expensive at $10,000. Can't really see. It's too small on my screen. I'm not actually looking at my screen. I'm looking at the OBS thing, but he's close to 11,000. I wouldn't say he's a value. But, I mean, he should probably, at a road course, he should probably be around, like, mid-11K or close to 12K, so. But I wouldn't call him a value, but he's the best road course racer by far. Let's see. Timothy says, would you still play Bell even though he went to the back? If you want to lower your ownership, to 2 to 5% on Bell, you can, but if you liked Bell, I don't think this changes much for you. Like, he'll be fine. Like, it's a road course, man. Like, these are crazy. There's different strategies, different pit strategies. Things can go crazy. People spin out. Like, there should be cautions. Like, he'll be fine. At the end of the race, like, early on, it's going to look ugly. If you have a lot of Chase Elliott today, the early on in the race, your laps are going to suck. But, you know, they're gonna slowly develop. You'll be fine. Eric Jones a sleeper? Could be. Probably be, like, around 10 to 15 ownership today. Wouldn't mind being a little bit overweight on that. Obviously, the equipment sucks now, but still a good road course racer. And equipment doesn't matter too much compared to other tracks. Travis says, who from the bottom is in play? Alfredo, Haley. Yeah, those guys you just mentioned. Alfredo, LaJoy, Haley, Davison. I believe Ryan Preece is down there. You can play all those guys today. Outside of those few, though, there's not much to like. Think it matters that Chase Elliott is starting in the rear? I don't think so. I mean, he started in the rear last road course race, and I think we saw what happened. I mean, he just right to the front. He'll be fine. Obviously, he gets his original starting position of a 11th place, but it's whatever. Right? He'll be fine. Like in all formats. He's my highest owned driver. I'll tell you that. Didn't change anything for me at all. MC Sub says, "Is Chris..." Oh, I'm behind the chat, so I'm sure you saw that. Let me check and see if the contest filled yet. It filled. Good job, guys. It was very quick. I will now delete that tweet. Someone say something? Oh, good luck. Okay. Appreciate that. That was very fast. I don't have to worry about that now. Let's see. Matthew says, who are 2 good picks from 7,500 down for cash games? I believe Michael McDowell is 72, right? Yeah, $7,200 for Michael McDowell. I think he's a fine cash game play. You could play Ryan Newman in cash games, but just prepare yourself for disappointment. But the starting spot's pretty good. I mean, starting in 28th, it's hard for him to go backwards, but I'm sure he'll find a way to do that. But then you could play Bubba, Stenhouse, and Austin Dillon. I think those guys are fine for cash. Okay. Chris says, favorite 2 cash plays besides the 10K guys. Besides the 2 10K guys, sorry, I like Chris Buescher and I like Chase Briscoe quite a bit. The 2 CBs there. You're welcome, JB. No problem at all. Spread says Chase will come straight through the field. First win at Glen. Place is special to him. Yeah, I mean, Chase should probably zip right through the field. I have no concerns about that whatsoever. MC says, how many thunderstorms are going to get this race? Hopefully not a lot. What's the weather looking like? I haven't looked at it recently. I'll pull it up. It's NASCAR, so I'm sure it's going to rain and lightning and just be annoying. Watkins Glen weather. Oh, shoot. Well, it looks like around 50 to 60% chance of rain until 8 tonight, so that... I think that's something. Although, it's a road course, so as long as it isn't lightning. Baldy says Alfredo is a more expensive Quinn Half. Oh, man, that's just mean to Anthony Alfredo. He's not that bad. But I get it. I get it. Let's see. Big Boy says Kyle Busch, Elliott, Davison, Dillon, Buescher, Briscoe for cash. I don't really see the need to go down to Davison today in cash games. Let's see. Elliott. You could probably get up to like a Stenhouse there instead of Davison. Or I don't think you can fit Bubba though. But I don't think you should go Davison in cash games. Like he's overall safe for where he's starting, but I mean, do you really want to play Davison in cash games? I mean, the upside's very limited. Buescher or Suarez? Buescher for me easily. The guy's just, he's like a top 20 machine at road courses, man. Top 20 machine. And like I was mentioning earlier, you could have got a Price Picks prop for like a top 20. All you had to give was a top 20. I mean, that was like the easiest over ever. It's now bet up to like a 24 points now, so you kind of lost on the value, but I thought that was an awesome, like really soft line there to take advantage of. David says, are you kind of a bit surprised that Harvick is at 8,500? Not really. I mean, it's just the way he's been this year. I know last race, obviously, Harvick looked like the old Harvick kind of, but I don't really want to play Harvick today. I mean, do you guys really want to play Harvick today? I don't really. I think 8,500 is fine, because the fact that he's $8,500 and I'm not, like, jumping out of my seat to play Kevin Harvick today, I think that probably means that it's actually a fair price point. If you look at his road course finishes this year, yeah, he finished 6th at Daytona, but then 37th, not really going to fault him for that, but then 22nd, 27th, like, I don't know, it's just, yeah, it's just gross. Where are you starting 5th? If he was starting the 20s, I'd be interested, but not really on Kevin Harvick today. Joel says, LaJoy Wallace or Stenhouse and Dillon. Stenhouse scares me because of his wreckability rates. I understand that, man. If you guys remember the last road course race, Stenhouse was sucking like the entire time. At the very end of the race, I don't know what happened. He started flying. I think he finished, what, 12th? Like, he was just flying through the field. I like that price point quite a bit. Obviously, there's not a ton of PD upside for where he's starting, but he could definitely be a top 15 guy. But between those two, I would probably go Stenhouse and Dillon. Yes, there's more risk there, but I like the finishing position potential upside more. But if you just hate Stenhouse and you can't trust him, I mean, the other option's fine too. Like, both are good options. Those are actually like 2 of my favorite cash lineups. Jay says, how much is Davison's ownership projections? I don't have him too high. It's below 10%. It's like around 5 to 10%. But he will get ownership today. I mean, I know he's a little bit expensive for where he usually is, but he's starting 36. And he's actually not bad at road courses. Like, he typically finishes inside the top 30. So, like, he's not a terrible play today. It's just kind of gross because it's Davison. What's 2 good picks around 7K? I like Michael McDowell quite a bit around 7K. Eric Jones is interesting, but I definitely like Michael McDowell. I mean, I'm hoping some of these recent finishes keep people off Michael McDowell, but the guy's a good road course driver. I know he's finished 30th and 28th the past 2 races, but before that, when he ran clean, 7th and 8th, like, Michael McDowell's a good play today, and he's just way too cheap in my opinion. Also, don't hate Bubba Wallace. I realize it's Bubba Wallace at a road course, but the price point's okay. And then Ryan Newman's fine. But the whole 7K range is actually playable. Like, Buscher's an awesome play today. MDB is good in tournaments. Daniel Suarez is interesting. He has 2 top 5 finishes at Watkins Glen in the past when he was in good equipment. I mean, which his equipment's not bad now, but not quite as good as it used to be. But 7K range is actually pretty good. You can make a case for all these guys. My 2 favorites, though, are Buscher and McDowell. Natalie says, make sure you have a pool in Florida. You'll be fine. Oh, yeah, we made sure the apartment complex had a pool. So if we didn't have a pool in Florida, I think we'd be struggling quite a bit. I plan on being at the pool a lot. FB says, how about a Penske stack today? No thank you on the Penske stack. They're just all starting way too up front for me. September says apparently sports betting coming in Florida. Really? That'd be awesome. I'd like to do that on the races. I can't do that in Ohio. I can only do DFS, which obviously I like DFS more, but it'd be fun to, do bet stuff because I could make betting content, which I'm sure people would enjoy. Maybe. Big Boy says thoughts on McDowell in tournaments today. I love McDowell. I mean, he's a good cash game play, but you can play him in tournaments as well. I also just saw that Ophi just joined the Discord, so shout out to you if you are watching this. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, just hit the link down below. I mean, it's awesome in there. It's like $10 a month, $2.50 a week. It's like an extension of the live streams. We do it all day. Like, we were active like each and every single day throughout the break. I mean, it's probably the best community out there. And you guys make it fun. Dippy says, Christopher Bell's crew chief was suspended after failed inspection. How much of a fall do you think there will be for him, or will be no factor? So what I said earlier was, if you had, let's say you had 25% Christopher Bell, if you want to drop that to 20, like from 15 to 20, I wouldn't be opposed against that. Obviously use the track positioning at the beginning of the race, but at the end of the day, I think he'll be fine. Like, the guy's a good road course racer. He's very talented at them. Joe Gibbs' car, he should be fine. I mean, if it's going to lower his ownership, I think it makes him even a better tournament play. Because I actually liked him in tournaments heading into the weekend, and I'm assuming the drop in ownership, I mean, it's going to make him an even better tournament play. So I'm not running away from Christopher Bell today. I have made that mistake way too many times in the past, where if a driver goes to the rear, I ended up fading them or dropping ownership a lot, and they still end up doing very well, and it burns me. Happens each and every single time. PMJ says, good to be back watching your live stream, Chris. Thank you. Yeah, good to be back, PMJ. Nice to have you here. I missed hanging out with you guys. It makes race days and Sundays fun. I was lost on Sundays. We had nothing to do. I was just playing Warzone. Like, once baseball locked, I just hop on Warzone for the rest of the day. Which is fun, too. Don't get me wrong. Zach to the Future says, favorite 6K cash play? I'll give you 3. It's Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse, and Austin Dillon. Those guys are all good cash game plays. If I had to rank them, I would say Austin Dillon first. I actually think he might be the highest owned driver of that bunch. And then Stenhouse, Bubba Wallace. I just hate Bubba at road courses. I mean, the PD's fine, but just grosses me out. And the next question is Bubba worth a shot or two today? Now, with that being said, I actually have a decent chunk of Bubba Wallace today. Not that I'm happy about it, but I do have some. Aaron says MLB and NFL streams. I won't do baseball streams. I just don't think the demand's there for it, especially this time of the season when football's coming up. Maybe next year, but NFL streams I'll definitely be down for. Me and Andrew will be doing some, just hanging out. We could probably make it like a NASCAR and NFL stream, really. I mean, just like a Sunday stream. Come in, ask for whatever you want, hang out. Probably start like 11 a.m. I think that'd be pretty fun. Albert says, how does Truex, Bell, Kurt, Chase, Austin Dillon, and Davison sound for a large field single entry GPP? think that sounds awesome. I mean, obviously Davison, but I don't hate him today. But that's good. I like Truex a lot in tournaments. I think Kurt's a great tournament play. Yeah, I think it's a fun lineup, man. Stu says, would that make them the Austin Buffaloes? It could be. That'd be a nice name, Austin Buffaloes. Spread says, the optimizer update is awesome. I recommend it to everyone. Appreciate that, Spread. Yeah, the optimizer did get updated. If you had it in the past and you didn't like it, it's better now. It got like got like a cosmetic buff, and there's more settings on there and stuff. And I think you get like every sport on there now, like NFL, MMA, and all that stuff. You can upload your own stuff to it. But yeah, I'm glad you like the update, man. I use it for everything. Aaron says, how do you feel about Byron Truex combo to get away from others? I think I hand built a couple like that. Because I actually threw some, I'm not 150 maxing the mini qualifier today because that's just a money suck, but I threw some hand builds in there just to try to get different. Because, I mean, if you want to take down a tournament like that to get to a live seat, you got to be weird. So actually, I believe I hand built something like that, so I don't mind that at all. Those qualifiers though, man, it's so hard. It's so hard. You can almost be perfect. I finished like second or third in one of them, and I was so upset for a few days, man. So close. Probably the closest I'll get. Because if you hit a live seat, man, like, yeah, I mean, optimally, it's not a good contest to chase all, but if you hit that, I mean, bare minimum, I think you win, like, you get the seat and stuff, it's like $7,000, and you win up to 100K guaranteed. Not 100K guaranteed, but, like, you're guaranteed to win some money. Then 100K up top. Like, that'd be awesome. But it's definitely tough. September says, accept your Browns. What was that in reference to? Oh, we were talking about sports betting? Yeah, I'll no longer be in Ohio, but I'll find a way to watch the Brownies. I can be an honorary Tampa Bay Bucks fan, though. I almost said Tampa Bay Rays, which I guess I could be the Rays, too, but I guess I'll be a little bit bandwagonish, though, after they won the Super Bowl. But I do have a Tom Brady jersey. Where are we at? I lost my spot in chat. That's not good. Hold on, I'm just trying to find out where I went. Goodness. I think someone said one time, if you take a shot every time Chris says you lost a spot in chat, you'd all be dead. I feel like I haven't. That's only the first time I did it today. Gilbert says, wait a minute, did you say you like Wallace on a road course? Yeah, it's mainly a price and starting spot thing. I don't really like Wallace today, but I'm like kind of forced into playing some of him. I'm expecting the worst, though. Favorite driver under 7K? It's like a tie between Austin Dillon and Stenhouse, personally. But if I had to pick one, I guess I'll say Austin Dillon, just because of the price point. And I know we don't typically like Austin Dillon at road courses, but if we actually look at the past three for Dillon, and they've all been at technical road courses, like not the Rovals, Dillon hasn't been bad. He's finished 11th, 13th, and 12th, and he's only $6,100 today. Like, I heard he screwed you all in the Xfinity Series yesterday, but I'm willing to give him another shot here. Brian says, I hope the weather holds off. You and me both, man. You and me both. I hate weather. Well, you can see through my cup on the green screen. That's interesting. I think that's where my lemon is. Yeah, you can't see the lemon in my water. That's awesome. That's weird. All right, where are we at? Bowman, Briscoe, or Chastain single entry? Oh, give me Briscoe. He'll obviously have a ton of ownership. There's a decent chance that Briscoe could be the highest on the slate, to be honest. And I realize in single entries you probably want to get off of some chalk, but Briscoe's good chalk today. He should be probably $1,000 or if not more expensive than he is right now. So I love Briscoe today. Big fan. Aaron says I was off the wall 3 weeks ago. Yeah, man, you killed it in our contest. You outscored us all by, what, like 40, 50 points? Or 30, something like that? You killed it, man. I forget what your lineup looked like, but I think you had Harvick, right? But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to take down my tournament, you gotta get different. Matthew says, will Bell get scored from the rear? No, he'll be scored from his original starting spot of 7th place. Hunter says, Elliott's still worth it with him going to the back and down a crew chief. Yeah, for sure. If that's going to lower his ownership today, I want to be even more overweight on Elliott. Like, there is no reason to fade him for him going to the rear, especially at a road course. If this was a race where we need a lot of dominator points, yeah, losing that track position will suck. But road courses, we have like 60 dominator points today. And there's going to be so many strategies. People are going to pit different spots. Like, Elliott could still very easily come out and lead like close to half the race today. It would not surprise me. I am really behind in the chat. I realized. I'm sorry if I don't. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. Matthew says, oh, sorry, I already answered that. Big Gritter says, I took down one of Chris's tournaments with half of my lineup. What week was that, Gritter? Well, I think what week was that the half worked out? I remember it was one of them. One week, but I can't remember which one. What track was that at? I remember the one time, though, half was like, wasn't he like 40% owned in our contest, and he crashed in the very first turn? That was a fun day. Sed says, Almirola and play today? Not really. I'm not playing Almirola. If Almirola is in the optimal today, I'll be more than happy to take the L, but I'm actually on team full fade for Eric today. I don't see how it works. I was on Almirola last time, though, but I'm hopping off this time. Chris says, on DraftKings, says the race starts in an hour and 37 minutes. It's 2:52 p.m. here in Newfoundland, so I shouldn't miss anything. Newfoundland's in, it's east of Ohio. It's by Maine, isn't it? Sorry, I'm not too up to date on my Newfoundland geography, but I guess you guys would be an hour ahead of us, huh? So locks at 317, right? No, it says 3. I guess I'm looking at the wrong time in chat. Chandler says, will y'all all play Dylan so he can be 40% and wreck out? Thank you. Hope not. Well, he's already going to probably be close to 30% owned today. But it's mainly just a price thing. But Dylan's been good at the road courses recently. Pearson says, what do you think about Recky Stenhouse? Seems like a value play to me. Plus, he's the hometown guy from Olive Branch, Mississippi. I am not against Stenhouse today. I'm actually playing him in my cash lineup. As scary as that sounds, it's mainly just a price thing. If he was like around $7,000, I'd probably be out on Stenhouse. But his price point being that low, I think you can play him in all formats today. Zach to the Future says mid-range cash. Chase Briscoe, Michael McDowell. You could play. I don't want to really mention Ryan Newman there, but he's playable in cash of that price point. But Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell. Some of the best cash plays today in the mid-range. Alfred says nobody's talking about Hamlin. Is he not worth looking at? That's a good point. No one's talking about Hamlin really. I think he's okay. Like, of all the drivers starting really close to the front, not named Kyle Larson, I had the most of Denny Hamlin. Now it's nothing too significant there, but the guy's a good road course racer. He's been good at the technical road courses. He could be a sneaky pick to win today. I don't think a lot of people would pick that. I don't personally think it'll happen, but he could run top 5 today. The problem is there's just not a lot of PD upside, but the price isn't too bad. $9,400. Kyle says, favorite DK GPP driver, $6,900 and under. GPP under $6,900. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Cole Custer today, but I'm telling you right now, Bubba's going to have ownership. Stenhouse will have ownership. Austin Dillon will have ownership. If you want a direct pivot, starting in a very similar spot, Cole Custer, $6,500, starting in 19th. Don't love it, but if you're just looking for the direct pivot off the chalk, Custer could be your guy today, but just know there's some risk there. As there's risk with the other guys, so. That says Hamlin for the win. Oh, he always picks Hamlin. I'm sure he's going to be in his lineup today. Which, not a bad pick today. Just, it's a little bit risky for where he's starting. Let's see. Travis says, I'm playing Alfredo. Wish me luck. Oh, you're going to need luck today. You're going to need luck for Alfredo. But if he drives clean today, his price point, he could become optimal. Definitely won't throw that out of the equation. Are we still playing Hendricks? Asked Tyler. Yeah, I got Chase out of my lineup. I got some Kyle Larson. Other guys, not really super high on William Byron, Alex Bowman, but Larson and Chase Elliott I'm definitely playing today. MC Sub says, I think that question meant the other Chase. Oh. Yeah, you're right. That was a long time ago, but you're right. That probably meant Chase Briscoe, not Chase Elliott. I'm stupid. Yeah, sorry about that, Aaron. But it's mainly just because of value today, because the guy's a good road course racer. I mean, at other tracks, $8,300, we're not paying up for Briscoe, but specifically at road courses, the guy's good at them, so it's kind of a different beast there. Sorry for getting that mixed up. I should have knew you weren't talking about Chase Elliott. Boldy in the Oaf says McDowell, Eric Jones, or Bell and Davison single to GPP. Give me McDowell and Eric Jones there. Seems a little bit more balanced in my opinion. Any left for Bubba today? He's a decent cheap play, and it's about as far as it gets. Like, I don't I don't like Bubba at road courses, but for where he's starting in that price point, it's not bad. Any cash plays in the 5K range? Corey LaJoie, Alfredo, and Priest I think are viable in cash games, although it's hard to trust those guys. But LaJoie has actually been kind of around that 20th place spot the past few road course races, so it's not bad recent form. Would you play Bubba or Jones DK single entry GPP? I would play Jones there. I would play Jones. Coming from a Jones homer, but what are you going to do? Robert says, howdy, Chris. Do you think Brad will lead for a while? What's up, Robert? Not really. I mean, Joey Logano's right there. Kyle Larson would be my pick to lead laps early on. He's starting in 4th place. Chase Elliott going to the rear obviously helps those guys out a little bit, but I could see Kyle Larson getting up front rather quickly. And even if those guys do lead laps, like, are we really expecting Keselowski to finish, like, top 5 today? Like, he could finish top 10, but is that going to be enough if he only leads, like, a handful of laps? Gets a couple fast laps, I don't really think that'll be enough. Michael says, I'm going to stack the front and check my lineup on the first lap just to see what it looks like to win money. There's a strategy, Michael. What you do is you stack the front, you take a screenshot, post it on Twitter, scrub out the laps remaining, and then you look cool for the day. That's how you do it. Robert says, I just answered that, sorry. Kevin says, I'm off to drink beer and shoot pool. Good luck, fellas and fellettes. I like that, fellettes. Have a good day, Kevin. Enjoy some pool and enjoy your beverages as well. Thank you for stopping by. Kyle says Elliott will still be top 5 if no issues. I mean, Elliott could easily win the race with no issues. I mean, not even just top 5. Like, he could very easily win the race and lead laps today. Like, the guy's just that good at road courses. He'll find his way back up front soon enough. Brian says, if I hit over $100 in profit this week, I'm definitely becoming a Patreon member. Oh, well, I'm rooting for you, Byron. Sorry. I'm rooting for you, Brian. Hope you do, man. Love to have you over there. It's a good community. Good community. Big Boy says, Suarez or McDowell in tournaments. Ooh. So McDowell is going to be chalkier. If you're just looking for the pivot off of chalk, I think Suarez is interesting. He's shown that he has the ability to be good here at Watkins Glen in the past. So if it's strictly just looking for lower ownership, I would say Suarez. Projection-wise, I like McDowell more, but again, if you're looking for the pivot, I don't hate Suarez there. I don't think his ownership's going to be high whatsoever today. Will Elliott and Bell get scored from the rear? No, they will be scored from the original starting spot, so they're going to start the race with negative points, so you might want to wait a little bit to check your lineups because you'll probably be a bit depressed if you do early on. MC says, would you have a wet race strategy? I'm not going to try to bank on the weather happening because, I mean, I've tried to do stuff like that in the past and it doesn't work out, so I wouldn't even attempt that. It's pretty much all the same guys in the league anyway. Spread says, James Z driving the 51 today. Wonder, oh yeah, I think I mentioned that in my video. It's a little bit of an upgrade from the 15 car, so if you want to like Davison a little bit more, that's fine, but it's still bad equipment, you know. But I think he can finish inside the top 30, which is over a handful of spots gained. Tony says, wow, I made it on the right time. What's up, Tony? Glad you made it. FYI, Anderson not an optimal lineup. I don't know about that, man. If he gains like 10 spots, maybe, but I don't know. Let's see. Thoughts on Denny today? Tournament play only for me. It's just for where he's starting, it's a bit rough, but I think he's okay. I think he could easily get a top 5 finish, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be enough for where he's starting. But I like the price point. He's my favorite of the drivers that are starting really close to the front, not named Kyle Larson. Oh, I'm really behind in chat, aren't I? Franchise says rain is projected. Yeah, looks like about 40-60% chance of rain throughout the rest of the day. Let's see. Mr. Miyagi says Bowen or Briscoe. Briscoe for me. Love the PD upside. Very good at road courses. I think he's an awesome play today. If he doesn't get wrecked today, like there's a very strong chance he'll be in the optimal lineup, in my opinion. Chase says Newfoundland is in Canada. I figured so. I think it's above Maine, though, right? I think so. Sorry, I'm skipping down the chat a little bit. I didn't realize I was this far behind. Nova says, where in Florida, Chris? Southwest Florida, around Fort Myers, Estero, right in that area. We'll be moving on like September, mid-September. So about a month left. Very excited. Very excited. Elliott got docked 10 points. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. They got a big penalty today. Big penalty. Massey says Matty D and Suarez or Chastain and Jones. I'm going to slightly side with Chastain and Jones there. Nova says I'm in Boca Raton. I'm not great with my Florida geography yet, but I think I remember seeing that's actually pretty close to Fort Myers, right? So we won't be too far off of each other. I think. I could be totally wrong there and sound stupid, but someone will have to let me know. Don says making my family listen to this on the road trip. That's awesome, Shady. Hopefully I'm not boring them too much with the NASCAR content. But I know you were at the UFC fight last night. That was pretty awesome. You took down some, didn't take down some contests, but you hit pretty big. So shout out to Shady again. The guy's like the hottest guy out there right now. He's been on absolute fire. Matthew says, so should I play Elliott or Bell? Yeah, I have no problem still playing them. Them going to the rear doesn't change anything for me really whatsoever. Maybe more so Bell than Elliott, but... Joel says, thank you, Chris, doing Patreon with you today. Oh, appreciate that, Joel. Appreciate that very much. I'll get out of here soonish, and then we'll break it all down in Discord again, answer questions. I'll update some stuff if need be, and go over our lineups once again. John says, who all got sent to the back? To my knowledge, since I got into the live stream, just Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell. But I will say, anyone going to the rear does not change anything for me whatsoever today. D says, how do you feel about Logano today? I'm assuming that's what you meant. Probably some autocorrect there. I'm not a big fan of Logano. I typically like him at road courses because the guy was like consistently like a top 5 contender. The problem is he is starting second today, where he's gonna have to lead laps today. He's gonna have to get fast laps, and he's gonna have to pretty much win the race. If you think Joey's gonna win the race, you can play him today. If you think he's gonna lead a chunk of, decent chunk of the laps, but I personally don't see that happening. Like, yeah, he might lead some laps early on, but at that point, Kyle Busch place differential should be able to overtake that. Martin Truex Jr. should be in a similar spot to Logano. He's starting in 9th place. Like, that's why I'm having a hard time getting to Joey today. I have like maybe a sprinkle of Joey. That's it though. That's it. If Joey does good today, I'm not happy. I'll tell you that. I gotta pick some guys to fade. I wish I could play everybody, but I'm picking some guys to fade here. And that 9K range, a lot of those guys are pretty fadeable in my opinion. See, Big Boy says, for tournaments, Chastain, LaJoy, or Buescher and Dillon. I'll go Buescher and Dillon there. Jason says, how much is McLeod is too much? I missed the McLeod talk from you, Jason. But, yeah, one lineup of McLeod would be too much today, considering he's not, You're welcome, Pearson. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. You guys make this entertaining. American says, Lightning fan? Like, weather-wise or from the Cars movie? I don't want Lightning today, though. Oh, do you mean like Tampa? I don't know. It could be multiple things here. The hockey team, Tampa Bay Lightning. David says, I chose the Busch brothers and Bell instead of choosing Chase in one of my lineups, and that's perfectly fine. I don't have 100% Chase today. I have a lot of lineups without Chase. 150 max. No, he's one of my highest on drivers, but I don't have him in every lineup. It's not a guarantee he'll smash today. It's likely, but it's not a guarantee. Chase says, other CP, which are your favorite prize picks? What's up, Chase? I wrote it up in the article. The numbers changed, though. Yesterday, I saw Chris Buescher over 20 points. That was, like, the easiest one. Like, by far the easiest one. I think it's now up to, like, 24, 24.5. I also saw... Oh, who was the other one? I think it was Chastain above 25 points. Yeah, Chastain over 25 points. He's now up to, like, 28. So you had to get on those early on. And I can't really pull up on the stream right here, so... Can't really check. But if you guys do want to check out price picks, use code CPEN. Get yourself some free money over there. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott. My stream, did it die? My stream just like cracked out for a second, so let me know if it's dead. That was weird. But I forgot what I was talking about, but I think it was about cheap drivers. Easy says the F-15 jets flying over the race there from the town I live in. Just really? I usually miss the opening stuff because I'm usually either on the stream or just digging in the sheet and stuff, but building lineups. But that's pretty cool. It's back? That sucks. I wonder why I did that. It's weird. Well, I'm glad to hear it's back. It just like cracked really quick. I don't know what happened. Brett, as far as he goes, he's okay. Like, he's starting in the back, where like he can't really lose you spots, but the upside is pretty minimal in my opinion. It's good now though. Awesome. Heat when it does that. About 90, Joss, so we're not going to have too much down points whatsoever. It's around 60, so it's like down points aren't going to be super important. Franchise says, hear me out, Elliott isn't worth the risk. I don't think there's any risk with Elliott, though. Like, him going to the back doesn't change anything for me. Like, I don't think there's risk. Like yeah, going to the back, you got to work your way back up to the field, but he's too talented to fade. Like, I don't really think there's any risk there whatsoever. Do I like the Bush brothers in the same lineup? I think that's fine. I got nothing. There's no like bad correlation there. They both offer you PD upside. Kurt's starting in 17th. Kyle is starting in 20th. So, and they both finish around the top 10 today. I mean, they're going to be pretty darn good place today, and they offer you more PD upside than anybody in the 10K range. So I don't mind Kurt at all. I had some questions about Kurt early on, and I was thinking he's going to be pretty low owned, but many questions you guys are giving me for Kurt, I mean, maybe not. I'm just making sure I locked in my lineups really quick. Okay. Never mind. We're good. Alright, let me scroll back up and chat a little bit. I skipped a lot. Dude says, if you're in my tournaments, play 100% McLeod. I agree. If you guys are in the contest with me, make sure you play a lot of McLeod today. For the Great says, why is no one talking about Alex Bowman? Yeah, I noticed not a lot of people. I think I got one Alex Bowman question. It's mainly just for he's starting in the price point would be my assumption. Because I just kind of like the other guys right around him. A little bit more like Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick. But Bowman's interesting in tournaments. The guy is usually pretty consistent at road courses. Not a guy that's really going to win or anything. But there's sneaky top 5 upside there. But that's just mainly just a starting position and price thing. Dom says, Bush, Logano, Reddick, MDB, McDowell, Wallace. That could either be Kurt Busch or Kyle Busch. I'm going to assume it's Kyle Busch, and if that's the case, it doesn't really matter either way. I like both, but I think it's a solid lineup. Logano scares me, but you need Logano to win if you're rostering Logano today. Yeah, hopefully not, Chandler. Hopefully not. We cannot have any engine issues for Suarez. I don't have too much Suarez, but the few lineups I do, we need him to run clean because I actually think he's a pretty good tournament play. Pearson says, should I change out Elliott for Truex because Elliott went to the back? I don't really think so. Like, Elliott going to the rear doesn't change anything for me. Because it's not like dominator points are super important. And then by the end of stage 1, you're probably going to be wishing you had more Chase Elliott because he'd be right back up to the front unless he gets wrecked. And if he gets wrecked, there's nothing I can do about that. But if it's a clean race, Chase Elliott should be right up towards the front, if not win the race. He's still the favorite over on the sports books. Casey says, clocking in. Glad to have you, Casey. Thank you for stopping by, man. Edwin says, last spot, single on GBP, DK, Pasta Man or LaJoy? I'll go with LaJoy there. Just feels a little bit safer in my opinion. A-Town says, fade belt. I don't personally want a fade belt today. If you want to drop your exposure to him just a little bit because he went to the back and got the penalty, you can do that, but it doesn't really change too much for me. Yes, at the beginning, your lineups look a little bit uglier, but by the end of the race, I think you'll be fine. What's up, Luke? Says, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. Glad to be back doing NASCAR streams. How are you doing? Robert says, LaJoy and Chastain or Buescher and Dillon in tournaments? I feel like I answered this one. Maybe I read it again, but if I didn't answer, Buescher and Dillon. Chase says, Elliott under 38.5 point prize picks. 40 is first. Yeah, if you don't think Elliott will win today, that's a good under. The problem is Chase Elliott a road course, So that's the issue with it. Mr. Miyagi says, Chase and Recchi or Kurt and any drivers 7,500 and below. I got to go with the Chase side. LaJoy or Pasta. I'll go with LaJoy. Dude says 40% chance of thunderstorms from 3 to 8 p.m. Huh. That's NASCAR, so the rain's always going to be in the area. Let's see, Franchise says I like Ross and Reddick. I agree. I think those are pretty good tournament plays right there. I like the price points. The starting positions make them good tournament plays, but it should lower the ownership, and they can both have top 10 upside for sure. Even sneaky top 5 upside. Ross Chastain's done that a couple times recently at road courses. Now, we know we got the ride locked up for next year, so maybe he won't be quite as aggressive, but it's still Chastain's an aggressive driver, so I don't think it'll change too much. FE says, whoops. FE says, thanks CP16 for everything you do. Hope everyone cashes today. Time to check for the brisket for afternoon food. Flex on Discord. See a lot of you over there. Yeah, for sure, man. See you guys in the after party over at Discord. Appreciate you stopping by, FE. And you crushed Xfinity yesterday. Like, I think you put in like 20, 40 bucks and went over $400. That was awesome. Kurt or Kyle? Give me Kyle there. Joseph says, favorite play of the day? Like, probably Briscoe. I'll go Briscoe. I could say like Chase Elliott or Kyle Busch, but I'll say Briscoe. Kyle says Davison or LaJoy, DK, GPP. I'll go LaJoy there. I mean, yeah, the starting spot for Davison's pretty good, but hold on, I was just looking at something on my Discord really quick. Oh, sorry. Someone was getting tagged. Brandon says, I have a lot of Ryan Preece. I don't hate that. I have a decent chunk of Ryan Preece. It's just mainly a price thing, but I actually think he's a solid play down low. He's got top 20 upside. Who else went to the back besides Chase Elliott? Christopher Bell went to the back as well. They both got similar penalties today. Lost their crew chiefs and all that stuff. Sean says, thoughts on Bubba and Custer? Bubba's more of a cash game play today for where he's starting, but I actually think Cole Custer's an interesting tournament pivot because people are going to play Stenhouse and Dillon today, and starting one spot further back than those guys, we have Cole Custer, who obviously isn't the greatest driver so far this season, but he can crack the top 15. He's going to have considerably less ownership, so don't hate him as a tournament play. Hunter says, some scrub told me Logano cast plenty hard a Bubba cash line. Yeah, definitely do that in cash today. That'll go over really well. Four solid picks. I'll give you a couple. Chase Briscoe, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott. Like, some of my favorite plays today. Also don't mind like down low, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher. Last question for me, do you like MDB? I think he's interesting in tournaments. I'm not in love with it. I feel like he's a pretty similar play to Chastain and Tyler Reddick, to where they're kind of starting in the, well, they're not in the teens, but, you know, close to, like, in the top 15, and they both can crack the top 10, so I think he's fine. MDB looked good in the last road course as well. You're welcome, Can't Beat the Bay. You're welcome. I think we're just about done here, though, so if you guys have any final questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them, but if not, I'll probably get out of here, get some lunch, and just wait for the race to start for the most part. Mark says Chase for the win. Probably Mark. I'm right there with you. Chase probably win. Not that that's a hot take or anything. I mean, every single time on a road course, Chase Elliott, but I'm with you. Clement says fading Bell. I'm not fading Bell. I don't really care that he's going to the rear too much. Obviously, at the start, it's going to suck, but I think at the end of the day, he'll be fine unless he gets an issue during the race. I like Larson over Hamlin personally in GPPs, and really in all formats there. I like Byron for tourneys. I don't hate that for tournaments either. He's going to have lower ownership because, I mean, everyone's playing Larson, Elliott, Kyle Busch. People are going to play Truex. People are going to play Kurt Busch. So Byron definitely get a little bit overlooked. And yeah, I think Suarez actually is a good pivot off of McDowell. He's shown in the past at Watkins Glen and decent equipment that he can be good here. I know the past couple road course races he's had issues, but nothing we can really control there. But I mean, if you're just looking for a pivot off of chalk, I mean, Suarez is not a bad play, in my opinion, starting in 21st. But I think that'll be just about it. So I'll probably get out of here. We've been about an hour. So appreciate everyone stopping by for the first stream in quite some time. Wish you guys the best of luck today. If you want to join the Discord, you know where to do that. Link down below. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty much it. So I'll see you guys. Wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you next week.